Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive into something that's probably on all our minds, AI and jobs. What's really going to happen in the next 5 years? We've all seen the headlines, but we're going past the hype, straight to the data.
Sounds like a plan.
We're dissecting this report called The Impact of AI and Automation on Jobs over the next 5 years, 2025-2030.
From uempower.xyz, right.
Exactly. It's a bit dense, but trust me, we're going to make it fascinating. I mean, just to kick things off, get this. By 2030, almost a third of all working hours globally could be automated.
Yeah, that's one of the big takeaways for sure. But it's not all doom and gloom. The report also says some jobs are projected to grow by 50%.
Okay, so AI is changing things up big time, but not necessarily wiping out everything. So what's the big picture? Are we talking net job losses or gains overall?
Well, the World Economic Forum, they're projecting a net decrease of 14 million jobs globally by 2030.
Hmm.
It's kind of like, musical chairs, but for careers. Some jobs disappear, new ones pop up, got to be ready to shift.
Agility is key. But let's get specific. Which jobs are most likely to vanish in this whole AI shuffle?
Three sectors are looking pretty vulnerable: administrative and office work, manufacturing, and customer service.
Oh, yeah. AI is getting really good at those routine tasks.
Exactly. Think data entry, assembly lines, and those endless phone menus.
And the report actually states that AI can now automate 40% of data entry tasks. So that explains why there's so much job displacement in that area. This isn't sci-fi anymore.
It's happening right now. And that pace of automation, well, it's expected to continue. We're looking at about 15 to 20% adoption in these high-risk industries within the next 5 years.
So a gradual shift, not an overnight robot takeover.
hmm
But let's talk about the good news. You mentioned some serious job growth. Where are those opportunities?
Oh, yeah. Tons of growth in areas like AI and tech, healthcare, and this might surprise you, green energy.
Learn to code everyone. Plus, we all need healthcare and saving the planet. Talk about job security. But what are some specific job titles that are in high demand?
Right at the top, you got your AI and machine learning engineers, projected growth of 40%. These are the folks creating those algorithms and systems that power AI, solving complex problems across industries. Then there are sustainability specialists, also in high demand. We're talking 35% projected growth. DI analysts aren't far behind either at 30%, as the need to understand and interpret all that data generated by businesses and AI, well, it just keeps growing. But, and this is important,
Ooh, tell me more.
it's not just about technical skills anymore. The report really emphasizes that human skills, critical thinking, communication, adaptability, those are becoming even more valuable.
Because those are the things AI can't replicate yet.
Exactly. Those skills are going to be essential for success in any field, no matter what.
So robots might take over some tasks, but they can't replace human ingenuity. That's a relief.
hmm
But with all this talk about new skills, I got to ask, what does this skill shift really mean for, well, anyone listening right now?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The report predicts a whopping 60% of workers will need retraining by 2027. And that's not that far off.
60%. So it's not just about jobs disappearing. It's about adapting our skills to this whole new landscape. What can people do to prepare?
That's a great question. And you know what? That's something we should dive into deeper after the break.
You heard it here first, folks. We'll be right back with more insights and takeaways from the report. Don't go anywhere.
So we were talking about that 60% of workers needing retraining by 2027, but the report's not all doom and gloom. It actually says nearly half of companies are already planning to upskill more than half their staff by that same year.
That's good news, right?
Is it?
Companies are actually recognizing that things are changing and they're investing in their people. But you mentioned something earlier that I want to circle back to those entirely new jobs that we can't even imagine yet.
Oh, yeah, that's the really exciting part. I mean, the report focuses on existing job titles, but AI is going to create a whole new landscape of work, just like the internet did.
So give us a peek into the future. What are some clues or emerging trends that hint at these jobs of the future?
Well, just look at where AI is already making waves. Fields like personalized medicine, virtual reality, even space exploration, ripe for disruption and innovation, right?
Okay, so personalized medicine, AI helping doctors tailor treatments to each person's DNA. That's wild.
Exactly. Treatments that are hyper-specific to you, increasing effectiveness, minimizing side effects. Then you got virtual reality. We're already seeing immersive VR experiences, but they're going to become even more realistic, more integrated into our lives. Think education, therapy, entertainment. It's mind-boggling.
And space exploration. Are we talking AI-powered robots building colonies on Mars?
It might not be that far-fetched. AI is already crucial for things like analyzing data, navigating spacecraft. As those technologies keep advancing, who knows what kind of space-related jobs we'll see. Space architects, extraterrestrial mining engineers, a whole new frontier.
Wow, okay. AI doctors, VR therapists, space robots. So for someone listening who's thinking, I want to be part of this, what's the best way to prepare for jobs that don't even exist yet?
I'd say focus on the fundamentals. Those core skills that'll be valuable no matter what. Problem solving, creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, those uniquely human skills, that's what's going to set you apart in an AI-driven world.
It's not about chasing specific job titles, but building that adaptable skill set.
Exactly. Be a lifelong learner. Always be curious. Always ready to evolve.
I love that. This whole conversation has been such a roller coaster. First, a little anxiety, then cautious optimism, and now I'm genuinely excited. We've covered so much. But what's the one message you hope listeners take away from this?
Be proactive. Don't wait for the future to happen to you. Shape it. Start thinking about those skills you want to develop, the industries you're drawn to, the role you want to play in this incredible new era. Knowledge is power. The more you understand about AI and its impact, the better equipped you'll be.
Great advice. And speaking of knowledge, don't forget, this report we've been talking about, it's packed with even more insights and data. We've just scratched the surface here. So if you want to delve deeper, we highly recommend checking it out. We'll link to it in the show notes.
Definitely a fantastic resource for anyone who wants to really get a grasp on what's shaping the future of work.
Well, it's been quite a journey. We talked about the potential for jobs to be displaced, the need to retrain, the rise of new industries, the importance of those uniquely human skills. But heading into the final part of our deep dive, I'm actually feeling pretty hopeful. The future of work isn't set in stone. It's a blank canvas, and we all have a role to play in creating the masterpiece.
That's a great way to put it. The future is full of possibilities, and yeah, there will be challenges, but there's also so much potential for positive change.
Okay, less philosophy, more action. In our final segment, we'll wrap up with some concrete steps you can take right now to prepare for the future of work. Stay with us. All right, final stretch of our deep dive into AI and the future of work. Lots to unpack, but I'm feeling ready to tackle those concrete steps we can take, like right now, to prepare for this AI-powered future. Where do we even begin?
I think you hit the nail on the head earlier when you talked about continuous learning. That's got to be the foundation, right?
Yeah, those skills that are hot today might be obsolete tomorrow. So how do we become those lifelong learners?
I mean, there are so many resources out there these days. Online courses, workshops, books, podcasts.
You're listening to one right now.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to, experiment a little, explore different fields, step outside that comfort zone. I mean, the lines between industries are getting kind of blurry and new opportunities are popping up all the time.
So be curious, be adaptable, and be open to trying new things.
Got it. But it's not all about learning solo, is it? Definitely not. Building your network, that's huge. Connect with people in your field and even beyond. Industry events, online communities. Reach out to people you admire. You never know what those connections might lead to.
It's true. A strong network can open doors to new opportunities, and you get those valuable insights. It's about learning from others, sharing what you know, and building those relationships that benefit everyone.
Oh, and don't forget about mentorship. Finding someone who can guide you, offer advice, share their experiences, that can be so valuable.
Yeah, whether it's someone already working in AI or just someone more experienced in your current field, a mentor can make a huge difference.
And remember, mentorship goes both ways. Don't be afraid to offer your skills and expertise to others. It's just as rewarding.
So to recap, embrace lifelong learning, network, and connect, and find those mentorship opportunities.
Yeah.
Great advice. So instead of fearing those robots, let's figure out how to work with them, right? It's not humans versus machines. It's about collaboration and innovation.
Couldn't have said it better myself. We've covered so much in this deep dive, and I really hope it's been insightful, empowering even. Remember, the future of work. We get to write that story.
I love that. And for everyone listening, if you want to explore even more, don't forget to check out the full report from youempower.xyz. We'll link to it in the show notes.
It's a fantastic resource, that's for sure.
Well, what a journey. We talked about jobs changing, the need to retrain, new industries emerging, and the power of those uniquely human skills. And you know what? I'm walking away feeling optimistic. The future is full of possibilities, and yeah, there will be challenges, but there's also so much potential for positive change, and that's what's exciting. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into AI and the future of work. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep exploring. The future is yours to shape.